Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. One of the two suspects accused of murdering a Wenatchee 18-year-old while he slept faces sentencing next month after pleading guilty to first-degree murder. An East Wenatchee man quietly surrendered his concealed pistol license rather than face prosecution for allegedly displaying a gun in traffic. Today was the calm before the storm, with snow expected by this time tomorrow. More on that coming up in weather. A Chalan rape suspect had his bail amount lowered this week, but remains held in the Chalan County Jail. Lawyers for 52-year-old Darren Daniel Hunter successfully argued Thursday that his bail should be lowered from $5 million, the amount that was set after his arrest back in July. But they failed with his release on his own recognizance. Instead, Judge Kristen Ferreira set a new bail of $750,000, an amount Hunter's attorneys say he's still unable to pay. Hunter is a former Seattle area teacher who pleaded guilty last year to misdemeanor assault with sexual motivation against a woman he had dated. He's now charged with first-degree rape and kidnapping, second-degree assault, first-degree robbery, and drug violations for allegedly assaulting a woman at his Chalan home. Even if he is released from jail ahead of trial, Ferreira ordered Hunter to be kept on electronic home monitoring. Wenatchee police say they've cleaned up a graffiti case in which Wenatchee High School and several school buses were marked with gang tags. A 17-year-old and an 18-year-old suspect have both been arrested and face felony charges of malicious mischief for allegedly tagging school property as well as residential areas around the high school. The damage was first reported November 30th, and police say school resource officers made arrests this week after reviewing surveillance footage and working with school personnel. One of the two suspects accused of murdering a Wenatchee 18-year-old while he slept faces sentencing next month after pleading guilty to first-degree murder. Javier Valdez agreed in November to plead to the killing of Javier Flores in August of 2022, as well as a stabbing attack he carried out on a Chalan County Jail corrections officer while in custody. He's scheduled to be sentenced January 4th when he faces a recommended 30-year prison term. Valdez is charged in Flores' murder alongside Marquil Leon Ford, with investigators saying the two went to Flores' home where Ford fired a handgun through a window into Flores' bedroom. Both men remain jailed, with Lisea facing a trial date in February. The Washington gray wolf has recovered so successfully it could soon be moved off the state's list of endangered species. Biologists with the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife issued a draft review in May that called for listing the wolf population as sensitive rather than endangered, and agency director Kelly Suswin says the Fish and Wildlife Commission will take up the recommendation next year. There are now 37 wolf packs with an estimated 216 wolves in Washington. That includes 4 packs in Chalan and Okanagan counties. Sensitive status would still protect the gray wolf from human activities such as hunting, except under tribal regulations. When we come back, Chalan County Natural Resources is searching for volunteers to serve on a committee to update its hazard mitigation and community wildfire protection plans. And the Federal Highway Administration is pumping more than $8.5 million into the state of Washington to continue the strategy of building bridges and underpasses for wildlife. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
In Digital Media Arts program, we learn about video production gear and editing by the combination of class projects and nonprofit work and employment.
It makes things happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty magical.
We work in the industry at the Wenatchee Round, NCWLIFE channel, and the Town Toyota Center events. Every day we work with industry standard equipment for a hands-on learning experience.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous farmers market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
An East Wenatchee man quietly surrendered his concealed pistol license rather than face prosecution for allegedly displaying a gun in traffic. 77-year-old Ralph Archer was arrested in May after witnesses said he brandished a handgun in an interaction with another motorist while driving on Highway 2 near Monitor. When police pulled him over east of the Otobashan Bridge, according to court records, he told them, quote, "I flipped the bird back to him with the gun in my hand. Sorry about that." The offense is a gross misdemeanor charge, but Archer reached an agreement in Chalan County District Court not to face trial in exchange for turning over his CPL and paying $150 in court costs. He must also commit no further crimes for the next year. Chalan County Natural Resources is searching for volunteers to serve on a committee to update its hazard mitigation and community wildlife protection plans. Both plans help identify natural hazards and the risks they pose to the county. They are required to be updated every 5 years so that partnering organizations can remain eligible for grant funding and stay on top of natural threats to community safety. Individuals interested in joining the committee can contact Chalan County Natural Resources, and the natural resource specialist is Lisa Dowling. The Federal Highway Administration is pumping more than $8.5 million into the state of Washington to continue the strategy of building bridges and underpasses for wildlife. Highway collisions are a major cause of mortality for several animal species. Structures like the Wildlife Bridge over I-90 near Snoqualmie and an underpass trail beneath Highway 97 at Tonasket have proven successful at sparing both animals and drivers. The new funds will go to Western Washington tribes for new wildlife crossings in Skagit County and the planning of another such overpass in Lewis County. Coming up next, it's a sign of the season. The Wenatchee Valley Symphony and Fabulous Feet Dance Studio have teamed up again for the Nutcracker. We'll tell you more in tonight's feature story. After a beautiful day today, winter weather returns tomorrow afternoon, making for winter driving conditions. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking the gang to the slopes in an available all-wheel drive Pilot, delivering presents in a rugged Passport, or hauling a few toys for yourself in a powerful Ridgeline. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
At Chalan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chalan Wireless in downtown Chalan.
NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
It's a sign of the season. The Wenatchee Valley Symphony and Fabulous Feet Dance Studio have teamed up again for the Nutcracker, the famous ballet of a candy-colored Christmas. The production opened Thursday and continues through Sunday at the New America Performing Arts Center with choreography by Melissa Miller-Port. In tonight's feature story, NCWLIFE's Dan Kuntz visited the symphony's conductor and musical director Nicholas Khalid during a dress rehearsal.
Melissa and I have been working together for 10 years on this, so we know our tempos really, really well. We have a great rapport, and so some of these musicians have done this for 10 straight years. So this is kind of like just add water at this point. For most music directors, they have to hit a tempo because the dancers really need to feel like they're bouncing or doing something physical to the correct tempo. I've done this so many years, and Melissa and I have known each other so well. It's totally my body, and we never miss the mark.
You guys have been doing this, as you said, for 10 years. The real pressure is really on Melissa and her Fabulous Feet crew, because they're the ones, she has to bring in new dancers every year. She carries a significant load here. She is, first of all, a great director and a great leader, but she is managing not only adults, but children as young as 4 or 5 years old. So these, with ranges of ability levels. So her ability to make sure everyone's hitting their spots. You know, they've been rehearsing since summer. And that's a lot of work for what's turning out to be about a 90-minute show. This was a commissioned work that Tchaikovsky was asked to do. Yeah. He didn't really want to do it. In fact, he was kind of dragged kicking and screaming into composing the music, didn't he? Yeah, you should think about people like Steven Spielberg and John Williams. That collaborative relationship, they had this kind of, you know, you have an idea, I have an idea. For Tchaikovsky and the commissioner, the commissioner had a very detailed idea, exactly the number of measures, exactly the number of minutes, exactly when we're supposed to go to this scene to this scene. So Tchaikovsky's creative freedom was not there for this one. Tchaikovsky's orchestra had triple woodwinds, huge brass section, big percussion. If you ask any ballet company around the world, they'll do one of several different reductions, so depending on their size of their pit, just depending on the size of the stage. So we're doing what was called the McDermott medium reduction for about 20 players back there. And it's a good story too. It's a good story. It's a great story because it just feels whimsical, it feels like fantasy. Everyone identifies with this kind of idea of like the real world and this fantastical world and coming back from that. I think it's great for all ages.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. What a beautiful way to end our week with sunny skies out there, all kinds of blue sky today, and very mild temperatures for this time of year. Very light winds too. It just made for a beautiful late fall day here in the Wenatchee Valley. But all that is going to change over the next 24 hours. Snow moving in on us. That'll happen during the day tomorrow. And this is about what we expect for our area, 2 to 3 inches in Wenatchee. I really feel personally that we will get more than that by the time we get into Sunday. 4 to 6 inches for Chalan, 4 to 6 inches as well up in Winthrop. But look at Stevens Pass, 18 to 24 inches possible, and that's by the time we get into about noon on Sunday. So be very careful driving. Might even see some freezing rain, and that's in this red oval. So that includes much of our viewing area. A few folks over in Moses Lake, also up in the maybe Waterville area. You could see some of that rain mixed with snow as well. So it's going to be winter driving over the next 24 to probably 48 hours. We'll talk more about that in a second. Today, it was warm out there, very mild for this time of year. 46 unofficially, 35 is where we should be for a high temperature this time of year. 52 our record, and that was set back in 1991. This morning, 34, so a very mild start considering the 26 is our normal low for this time of year. 1 below, that was our record low set back in 1972. Sunrise 7:35 this morning, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:10. All right, let's get you into the Saturday temperatures, and there's going to be a big cool down as we get into tomorrow. 37 for Moses Lake and Ephrata, 36 in Quincy, 34 in Ellensburg. That's what we'll see pretty much in the Wenatchee area, around 34, and that goes for all the way up Highway 97. The cool spot, Lake Wenatchee, tomorrow at 30 degrees. Let's take a look at that surface loop now. Tonight there is that monster storm moving in. We will see increasing clouds because of that tonight. The first wave of clouds coming in. A little chilly overnight too tonight with lows in the mid-20s. And here we go. This is about 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and the snow just intensifies as we get into our evening hours. This is even some heavier rain mixed with snow in the Cascades. I think at least 2 to 4 inches is possible by the time we get into Sunday morning. And then that snow will change over to a rain-snow mix late in the morning Sunday. We'll see a little bit warmer temperatures too, with highs in the upper 30s. Most of the activity will be in the morning with just some clouds in the afternoon. And then as we get you into the first part of next week, a very quiet weather forecast for next week. That's because high pressure will be just off the coast of Washington and Oregon. Mostly cloudy skies, though. Will be mild with high temperatures Monday, right around 40 degrees. So our temperatures will get back above normal. For Tuesday, mostly cloudy. Just that little band of clouds right over central and eastern Washington. We'll stay on the mild side Tuesday with high temperatures in the upper 30s. High pressure moves inland a little bit on Wednesday, and that will allow just a little bit of a trough to form in the Pacific Northwest, and that'll create some shower activity, especially in western Washington. We could see about a 20% chance of evening rain showers. That'll be later in the evening. Not bad Wednesday. Highs again in the upper 30s. For Thursday then, partly cloudy and quiet once again. We will cool down just a little bit as we get more into a northwesterly flow. High temperatures Thursday in those mid-30s. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 27 overnight tonight. 2 to 4 inches of snow possible tomorrow. Be careful traveling around the Wenatchee Valley and our viewing area. 38 the high for Sunday. Morning rain and snow with clouds in the afternoon. And then very quiet weather Monday through Thursday, other than just a slight chance of rain Wednesday night. High temperatures in the upper 30s until we get to Thursday, cooling down then to around 36 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Eric Granstrom, the sports director for the NCWLIFE channel. We're here at Eastmont High School. We're going to be at Wenatchee High School. We've got basketball, we've got wrestling. It's all winter long. While you were out freezing your hind end off, we're inside staying warm. It's right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Seahawks are heavy underdogs as they head for Santa Clara to face the Niners on Sunday. Vegas has San Francisco a 9.5-point favorite as Seattle tries to snap a 3-game losing streak. Defensive tackle Jaron Reed says it's simple. They need a win.
I think we got more than motivation just being the underdog right now. You know, we need these wins. We need these wins, and we need them bad. But I don't think nobody's panicking right now. We're all focused. We're all locked in on what we need to do, and we know we need to win. The underdog mentality, we can use that. Whatever type of inspiration somebody would need, that's fine. But right now, we need to win, and we need to play a whole complete game as a whole team.
Seattle put up 35 points in a loss to Dallas last week, with the offense seeing the return of tackle Abe Lucas. Quarterback Geno Smith says it was great having the WSU alum back in the lineup.
You know, I think Abe, you can see it in the last game, just the way that he finishes blocks in the run game. You know, what he brings to the table as far as leadership. You know, he's not a vocal guy. He's not very loud, but he leads by example, and you can feel his presence in the huddle and on the field. And so it was great to have Abe back out there. He's a dynamic player. He's a guy that we count on. And, you know, all the guys have stepped up and done great, but you can really feel his presence when he's out there.
Lucas missed 10 games with a knee injury that will require more attention in the offseason. Abe says he was impressed with everyone stepping up while he was out.
The guys who have come in have done a really, really fantastic job. I mean, you got a guy in Jason Peters, you know, who's 41 years old and still competing with guys who are like my age, you know what I mean, and still showing up and doing well. And, you know, Stone came in and balled out, Jake balled out. Anthony Bradford's growing as a player, so I don't know if there was like a super massive drop-off necessarily. I think guys had the right attitude about it and came in and put their best foot forward.
Seattle and San Francisco kick off Sunday at 1:05. That's on Fox. Well, the Gonzaga women's basketball team won a thriller on the road at Cal last night. It took overtime, but the Bulldogs came out on top of the Bears, 78-70 behind, 21 points from Yvonne Ejim and 18 from Brenna Maxwell. Gonzaga stays in California to face Rice tomorrow at noon on ESPN+. Eastern Washington hosts Walla Walla tomorrow. That's at 6. Washington visits 21st ranked Washington State Sunday at 1 o'clock. Men's college basketball this weekend. Eastern Washington plays at Air Force tomorrow at 3, while 7th ranked Gonzaga visits Washington at 8 on ESPN2. Washington State will host Grambling Sunday at 5 o'clock. Well, make that 6 losses in a row now for the Seattle Kraken. Seattle once again came up short in a 1-goal game last night, falling to New Jersey 2-1. Ty Cartier came up with the lone goal for the Kraken as they outshot the Devils 38-17.
In that 6-5 win, Jesper Bratt, the hero, in the final minute. Escher lofts one across, back out in front, they score! It's Andre Palat, and the Devils grab the lead on the road in the first in Seattle. Pulled up, played it for Luke Hughes, and now Jared McCann carries up ice for the Kraken. He's got Everly with him. Everly trying to settle down a bouncing puck. McCann nearly went airborne over the top of Akira Schmidt. Plays it around for Luke Hughes out high. Walking the line, fire a one-timer, kicked out. Miller, back door, sprawling out Grubauer. Jabbed along for Marino. Picked up by Wenberg to the slot, they score! Ty Cartier ties this game at 1. Below the goal line, worked out in front for Nemitz, they score! Shimon Nemitz, his first in the NHL. Touched on by McCann. Here's Wenberg to the forehand. What a stop by Schmid. Dunn stops on a dime on Mercer. Dunn works it to the goal line. Got across for Beniers, who couldn't get the shot on cleanly. Schmid makes the save on McCann. It's checked there by McCann. Goes through the slot, and here's a 2-on-1. It's McCann with Gord. McCann shoots and rang it off the post. Final 4 seconds. Loose to the side of Schmid. Jabbed at, and horns. The Devils get the job done in Seattle.
Cartier and Coach Dave Haxtell says Seattle continues to play well, but just can't seem to get over the hump.
I mean, obviously it's a little bit frustration, but I feel like it's a great group here. I mean, we're all working together. Obviously right now it's not working, but I feel like the belief is in the team. We're all together here, and we're fighting. So I mean, we're gonna grow from this and become better. And right now we just gotta find a way to get the first one. After that, we're gonna keep rolling.
Not in general. We played our tails off tonight. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, it's a hard outcome, right? Played against a good hockey team. We played really hard. We made a couple mistakes. Right? That's the nature of the beast, and you know, right now, like I said, we're not getting the benefit of some of the hard work. And like I said, tonight we not just you can't just show up and work hard. You got to show up and execute. And you know, there was a lot of positive execution on our part tonight.
Seattle remains at home tomorrow to host Tampa Bay at 7 o'clock. That's on Root Sports Northwest. The Wenatchee Wild hope to continue an 8-game winning streak as they resume Western Hockey League action on the road this weekend. Wenatchee visits Tri-City tomorrow night at 6:05 and then Spokane Sunday at 5:05. You can hear the action locally with Austin Droney on radio at 560 KPQ. Eastmont, Ephrata, and Moses Lake all came up short in wrestling last night, while Wenatchee won its opener. The Wildcats fell at home to the visiting Davis Pirates 42-27. Wenatchee overwhelmed West Valley 45-18. Sunnyside down Moses Lake 44-27. Ellensburg edged Ephrata 48-30. It's all about tournaments coming up tomorrow. Wenatchee travels to Olympic High School bright and early, 7:45 for that one. Eastmont's on the road at the Inland Classic at 9. Ephrata is at West Valley Invite at 9. Moses Lake will send a split squad to Toppenish and Othello at 10. Kashmir, Chalan, and Quincy wrestlers will be at the Connell Invite, also starting at 10 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a great weekend.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, James Pumphrey will be my guest, the Executive Director of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. They are in desperate need of a new van. Their 2010 van is about done, folks. It's an important piece of equipment that helps them transfer animals from one location to the other. And other cool things as we talk about the holidays and the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, two of my favorite things. James Pumphrey on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
We leave you on this Friday night with video from the opening ceremony of the Native American Basketball Classic from the Town Toyota Center earlier today. The high school and college basketball showcase runs through tomorrow.
Welcome the descendants of two remarkable leaders, Yolmiquam Nahaha Milt, Chief John Parma, and Itham, Celia and Dick from the Dick family.
My great-grandfather was John Hermel, last chief of the Wenatchees. It's great coming home here, going to have a basketball game. The song you're going to hear came from Lake Wenatchee.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great weekend.
I'm Eric Granstrom, the sports director for the NCWLIFE channel. We're here at Eastmont High School. We're going to be at Wenatchee High School. We've got basketball, we've got wrestling. It's all winter long. While you're out freezing your hind end off, we're inside staying warm. It's right here on the NCWLIFE channel.